Hello and welcome back to Vox Terra. If you haven't done so, please do subscribe and click that notification bell. So, we've recently seen in the news Hurricane Eta and Typhoon Ulysses, yet as has been the case over my lifetime, the media generally just doesn't bother to connect the dots of these extreme weather events to climate change. Therefore, we average people or environmentalists or environmental organizations need to counter, fossil fuel driven denial industry propaganda by learning how to do that, how to connect those dots in simple, clear bullet points and then repeat them. Because without that, the public isn't getting just how our environment is really being upended. And it's not becoming the political priority it should be. So today's show, I'm citing to you from the Natural Resource Defense Council, an excellent environmental organization, and I like to steer people towards those groups for your starting point. And then I'm cross-referencing it with NASA and NOAA, two U.S. governmental organizations. So from the Natural Resource Defense Council, Hurricanes and Climate Change, everything you need to know. A hurricane is an intense low-pressure weather system of organized swirling clouds that gain energy from warm, tropical waters. These systems are identical to typhoons or cyclones, with names depending on where they occur. So there's your basic science lesson we might not have got in school, in the US of A, or whatever country you might be in. Oh yes, and I'm also citing from the Union of Concerned Scientists. So point one to keep in mind is hotter air retains more moisture. Remember that in any climate discussion, hotter air retains more moisture. Here, kind of combining from the Natural Resource Defense Council and NASA, the burning of fossil fuels and other human activities have caused an estimated 1 degree Celsius or 1.8 degrees Fahrenheit of global warming since pre-industrial times. So it's not just your imagination, the Earth is hotter. And that warming has largely been over the past 25 years with a big spike over the past 5. Keep that in mind, almost 2 degrees Fahrenheit hotter. Hotter air holds moisture, it pulls it from the soil and water bodies. Since it can hold more moisture, when it rains, it pours, or it doesn't rain at all for a while. 2, rising ocean temperatures fuel stronger hurricanes. Over the past 50 years, the Earth's oceans have absorbed more than 90% of the extra heat generated by man-made global warming. Warm sea surface temperatures fuel hurricanes. Greater temperature increase means more energy, and that allows these storms to, quote, pack a bigger punch. Hotter air masses, hotter oceans, more moisture in the air, more power for the hurricane. Now you hear a lot about the terrible storm surges. Again, the heating planet. Global sea level has risen since 1880, this is according to NASA, and is rising. Now, sea level rise is primarily because of 2 global warming related themes. 1, added water from melting ice sheets. 2, expansion of seawater because of the heat. Now this is a great quote. That increases the threat of storm surge when powerful winds drive a wall of ocean water onto the land for coastal areas and low-lying nations. Higher ocean, you're going to get more storm surges now than you used to. 4, longer lasting storms. As this jet stream is getting out of whack, the atmospheric currents are getting out of whack because those poles have gotten hotter relative to the rest of the planet, because that jet stream, these air currents are dependent on that pull from the cold Arctic to the warm equator. Well, that's getting out of whack. So air masses often just linger, and that storm can just linger and linger. Now, climate deniers like to cite NOAA as saying, hey, there's not more hurricanes than there used to be. My friend, NOAA also says what they leave out either intentionally or unintentionally because they're only getting it spoon-fed to them from their sources. NOAA also says that the storms are growing in strength. quote, National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, link between Earth's heat and hurricane strength grows. May 19th, 2020, and I'll link you to that. Point 6. Like I mentioned to you with those changes in the atmospheric currents and the heating planet, well, it's changing everything. So again, back to NOAA, climate change has been influencing where tropical cyclones rage. May 4th, 2020. So just like I showed you in earlier videos, wildfires are increasing. They're spreading to different places they didn't used to catch on fire with the heating planet. The heating planet is shifting disease vectors by, hey, now these Lyme disease-ridden ticks can live places they didn't used to be able to. Ditto for some of these mosquitoes. Tornado Alley itself is beginning to shift. Well, we're seeing this with hurricanes also shifting and happening where they didn't used to. And last, point 7, to tie it all together when you talk to people, remember, even if the person you're talking to, I'm a little skeptical because of reading all this denial science out there. Look, no one's bothering to deny the other harms of the excessive burning and processing of fossil fuels. You got a place called Cancer Alley in Louisiana from processing petrochemicals. Always bring up that point too when you're having these conversations. And always bring up the power of the fossil fuel industry in our media and in our government. Hey, I hope you found this hurricane typhoon update helpful. If you did, please subscribe. Please consider supporting my work by becoming a patron at Patreon or just give a little donation at PayPal to boost the morale. And if you're not up for that right now, well, just keep watching the videos and give them a thumbs up, a like, make some positive comments. And heck, if you're a friend, you can give me some constructive criticism too. That's welcome. And until next time, peace be with you.